All right, what's the next claim?
American flag shirt. Pretty grainy. Pretty hard to see what's going on here. No rifle, right?
No rifle. You guys, yeah, I have got a treat for you. You see, I came somewhat prepared because I had a feeling that this was going to be brought up, as it's continued to be brought up, that there's no way that he could have a rifle concealed on his person that's a 30-06, basically a hunting rifle. There's no way. It's way too long of a rifle. There would be nowhere to put it. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to make a cut and I'm going to show you a little demonstration. Here's a little video I did just to kind of demonstrate how not impossible it is to have concealed this rifle. What you're going to see is it's very similar to the rifle that the alleged shooter had. It's not the exact same, but it runs off the exact same principles, and dimensions and things are going to be pretty close to each other. Okay. You have essentially two pieces to the type of rifle that Tyler Robinson allegedly used to shoot Charlie Kirk. Okay. You're going to have a receiver and you have the stock. You can take those pieces apart. It's just basically two pieces, and that's it. I'll go ahead and demonstrate. So this isn't going to be exactly how his rifle was. He might have an additional screw that he has to use in order to take out the receiver. But in this one, it's just two screws, and we'll go over that. And this is me doing this at a very not normal angle, and you'll see how not difficult it is at all. Okay, so we've got one screw there. And so we pull that screw out. I'm going to skip ahead because I'm not sure with YouTube guidelines if you're supposed to show the full disassembly of a firearm, but. All right, so we got the one screw out, and then we're going to have another screw right back here. Right there. There's the second screw. Okay, so you take that screw out. All right, and then this piece right here, this is where the mag goes. This is your mag release right here. Okay, his is probably relatively similar to this. And then this is the trigger guard. So this piece right here just comes out, could easily, if his firearm had this can easily just be stuffed into the backpack. Not a big deal. See, there it is. All right, so as of right now, the entire receiver of this rifle can now just be separated from the stock. So this entire thing right here, this is the stock, okay? The barrel and everything the barrel is connected to, that's the receiver. And all that does is just pulls right out. Piece of cake. Not difficult to do at all. All right, let's go ahead and skip ahead. All right. So this is how not difficult it would be for Tyler Robinson to conceal his rifle. Okay. Now, granted, I've got the scope mounts on here, but I don't have a scope, but it doesn't really make a difference. The principle still stands. Okay. Now I'm about the same height as Tyler Robinson, and I probably got, I don't even remember what the weight was, but I'm roughly about 178, 176, right around in there, kind of fluctuates, but I'm just under 180 pounds. Okay. So I'm relatively close to the same size as he was. He's probably a little skinnier than me. Okay. So I'm just orientating the barrel and the receiver to point this way to mimic if I had a scope connected onto here. And the scope that I would have on here is much larger than the one that he used. So regardless, but you could easily, there's plenty of room for him to move the chassis, or not the chassis, the stock and the receiver up and down his back, down the back of his legs, and be able to walk. Is it the most comfortable thing in the world to do? No. Does it completely impede you being? No, you can definitely get where you need to go doing this. Okay. Trying to show that you can definitely bend your knees if you want to. Here's the thing, okay? So let's just say these are slid down my pants. That belt is going to restrict them. So as soon as I move my leg and pull my knee forward like that to walk, I'm not going to bend this barrel, you know what I mean? So it's going to press out here up top, going to come away from my body like that as I'm trying to move my legs. So that's going to limit the amount that I can pull my knee forward and bring it up, right? So that's going to make me walk a little funny. How can I hide that? Probably by putting a backpack on my back. Because if I'm going to, and this stock is definitely larger than the stock that he had. I'd almost guarantee that. But if I have a backpack on my back, right, and these two items right here are under my shirt and down the back of my pant legs, I can absolutely conceal any printing that's going to do with that backpack. Not impossible at all. Totally plausible. So I just wanted to do that little demonstration just to show you guys how not crazy of a theory that is, that he's concealing that rifle and stock separated behind his back and then using the backpack to cover any type of concealment that he has or cover any type of printing that he has going on.
And
we don't get any like of those shots. As far as I know, we don't have any video of him going and walking up the stairs. So we're not, you know what I mean? We have no idea how goofy he looks trying to walk up those stairs. But we do have that TMZ video of him walking, and it looked like he was struggling a little bit, which makes sense.
at 8 p.m., they put out 4 more photos.
I'm assuming that's where he's going with this, is that we don't see a rifle.
Sure looks like he's bending his knees.
Which he absolutely could, which I just demonstrated. He would have that running down right here. Can you see that? Okay, right here. Say that this is the barrel side. This is where he's got the barrel right down the back of his knee, and he could absolutely still bend that knee. What he couldn't do is bring that knee forward, bring that knee up. You know what I'm saying? Because the further he brings that knee forward and up, the more that's going to pull from the top and pull out away from his body. So that would make sense why he's in this kind of like close-footed, weird stance, because he just can't like bring that knee up normally.
Right? That's his right leg. That's his left leg. 30-06.
I'm going to have to, there we go. Okay. So as you can see here, kind of the same idea. He's not like he's walking at a slant, right? Or going down the steps kind of at an angle. He's not going at the steps head on. Why is he doing that? Because he cannot bring this knee that far up and forward. He has to keep it somewhat low and not pull it forward. Because the more he pulls it forward, the more he's going to pull the back of that
like a Mauser
shit. The more he's going to pull the back of that barrel or the top of that barrel or the top of that stock away from his body, which is, he's not going to want to do that. It's not comfortable, and it could cause issues as far as just things not being situated correctly. Like he wouldn't want to do that. So he's going to be walking a little goofy, and from the looks of it, a little sideways, right? Just kind of slowly stepping down and trying not to bring either of his knees up. So that makes perfect sense. Like this angle right here makes sense as to how he's walking. And the other ones we had too, he was at a bit of a side stance, and he's got his leg bent in kind of a weird way because he can't bring that knee up.
It's a pretty big gun. Those are pretty skinny jeans.
It's not that, it's really not that big of a gun, especially when you break it down into 2 pieces like that. It's not small, okay? And that would not be comfortable. That would not be a good time. That would not be fun. It's not something I'd want to run around all day in. It's not like you know what I mean? But it's nowhere near impossible to do. It's very plausible. Especially if your goal is to get to a place and shoot somebody with it without being detected that you're carrying a rifle. Yeah.
All of the experienced shooters.
Here you go. That was that other photo I wanted to show. He's got to take a step here, right? That is a weird bend to keep that leg straight, and he's probably just going to like, I wish we had videos of him going up the steps. I don't know why they wouldn't put up videos, because they would have to show him, and he's at it kind of an angle. Granted, I know he's about to make a turn to go up another set of steps, but I really think if we had video of this, it would show him going upstairs in a really weird way and trying really hard not to lift those fucking knees.
Versus all those guys on the internet are having a hard time squaring the theory that he stuffed this rifle down his pants.
I don't know what gun guys he's talking about that are having a hard time squaring this theory that he stuffed it down his pants. I have guns. I shoot things. I shoot lots of bullets all the time. I guess that makes me a gun guy. And this gun guy is telling you, when just showed you, it's totally plausible that he stuffed this shit down the back of his fucking pants and upper torso.
And that it's somehow.
So making this claim like, oh, these gun guys are saying it's not possible. I'm telling you, it's definitely possible and probable. Going off the official story, probable that that's what he did.
How concealed in these photos.
All right, I want to go past that. Let's get to the roof.
Appears on the right side of the structure running still. This video.
Where does he start the roof video from?
And we all remember seeing where he appears on the right side of the structure running still.
Okay, I already know where he's going to go with this. And I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming we're going to get the whole, you don't see a rifle. You can't see a rifle. There's no rifle in his hand. Something along those lines. And I'm here to tell you, I've watched this specific video, a ton, and I'm going to clearly point out what absolutely looks to be a rifle wrapped in a towel. Super easy to see if you look for it.
12:23, 48 p.m.
Now, I wish, like, it doesn't matter.
He's got something in his hand.
Okay, I need to go back because you can almost kind of see it right there. So I'm going to drop this down to 0.25, turn the volume down so we don't hear that goofy sound. But you're going to see this video. I think it's as soon as he zooms in, you get a fairly decent glance at what looks to be a rifle. And I'll try to pause it. Probably going to edit this out if this takes too long, or at least just jump edit to the part. Okay, come on, zoom in. Okay. Might try to go a frame or two more, but you can see this shape right here. That was, let me see if I can get a better shot of it. Okay, before, if you go to the screen before, this little guy right here was not in frame. This was not a thing. And now it has entered frame. I'll get you a better image of this, but you can already see that there's something there. Okay, we're going to go back to normal speed and turn the volume back on. Right there.
Is this shape that he's putting down as he clambers?
If you look here, this is absolutely some type of something that looks like it's draping off of something.
Over the edge.
Okay, that's what we can get out of this.
A Mauser hunting rifle.
Super clear image, all right?
Listen, I'm not the gun expert. I am not the gun guy. That is not a rifle.
Okay, I'm not the gun expert. I'm not the gun guy. That's not a rifle. You can't make that claim based off that. So let's keep going.
And
let's have some fun, because when he gets to the ground, you can absolutely see what looks like to be a rifle. And he keeps saying all of the gun guys. I wish he would have referenced what gun guys. What gun guys are making the claim that that's definitely not a rifle?
All the gun guys agree. I'd be curious. A rifle. And as he climbs over and jumps down, you can tell that the rifle's not down.
Okay, I don't know if you just seen that. That looked like a pretty long piece of something that he just grabbed to bring down this way. Doesn't matter. We're going to have a much better view when he gets down here.
His pants, because he would have
Okay, I got to minimize here.
Just split his.
See this absolutely long piece of something right here? All right, so now let's go back to the beginning. Tyler Robinson shows up. We get those images, right? All we can see is that he's wearing a shirt, jeans, a backpack, a hat, and sunglasses. If this is Tyler Robinson on this roof, he's added something that wasn't there before in the pictures that we had. He now has an extra object on his person. What do you suppose that could be? Well, the only plausible thing it could be is the rifle wrapped in a towel, which is what they told us it is. You can clearly see it. So let's keep going.
Completely in.
Yep, there it is again. And you can see the towel sort of like dangling off.
Half as he landed.
Now he's running away.
As he picks it up and
it's not his backpack. His backpack was wide and a normal backpack. It didn't all of a sudden magically transform into something long and relatively slender.
Runs away. Is this thing in his hand? Is this a rifle? It looks a lot more like a sweatshirt or maybe his backpack.
No, a sweatshirt would not be a mostly rigid, stiff, long piece with a little bit of dangly at the end. So no, it's not a sweatshirt.
He actually has to grab his hat with his other hand and put it back on his head. Is it a rifle?
Yep.
I mean, maybe if you aren't
not
familiar
100% certainty, but 90% definitely looks like he's carrying a rifle to me. And it looks like it's definitely something he wasn't showing on his person in the images of him going up those steps.
Big this rifle would be. And he's just carrying a giant rifle concealed in this.
Okay, here we go. So now he's got it, right? Does he show
not
him?
A rifle.
It's the okay.
And once he runs off over
it's definitely
here,
a rifle. He is running. So he's got his backpack on. We can see that, you know what I mean? There's that little sort of, so his backpack is still on his back and he's running and this thing is dangling. Almost like he's got it like this. Like he's got a rifle chilling out here and it's pointed out towards the ground and it's got that little piece of towel at the end dangling off. So he's got it wrapped in a towel to try to conceal it as best as he can because he knows he just shot somebody and he has to get the hell out of there and go to wherever it is he needs to get to. And he's going to want to do that without causing as much of a scene as he can. Do you know what I mean? So the best thing, the only really thing he can do there is either leave the rifle on the spot, or if you're trying to take the rifle with you, you have to try to conceal it in some way and you have to be able to do it quickly. So he wraps it up in a towel just to get, obviously he doesn't need to get far, or he's not thinking he needs to go far, or he probably come up with a better plan to conceal the rifle on his way to wherever he's going. But since he's just getting across the street into this wooded area, he just needs to wrap the rifle and get the fuck out so that way nobody can say definitively that they saw him carrying a rifle. They will say, I saw him carrying something.
There's people all over the place out here, actually.
Yeah.
Here it looks like he's kind of all
campus.
alone, but like there's people in the parking lot. There's dudes walking by on the street. And he's just carrying a giant rifle concealed in this floppy towel, allegedly.
Yeah, and he's moving quickly, but he's not moving like crazy fast. You know what I mean? So he's definitely trying to be somewhat cautious and not make it look too obvious that he just shot somebody and he's running the fuck away.
There's cars all over the place. A shot just rang out, a very loud shot.
A very loud shot just rang out. Yet the people that were walking around in that area didn't really seem too concerned about it. It didn't look like they were freaked out.
Yeah. So, a little weird.
I'm not really sure like what his point of that is. If Tyler Robinson's the shooter and he's on the roof and he takes that shot, he's got to get away, right? He's got to get away. What's he going to do? So like, oh, look, he's just running half, briskly walking, running, jogging through the grass with a bunch of people around. Like, well, man, he's got a area he needs to get to. How is he supposed to get there? And he's not going to leave the rifle behind. So he wraps it in a towel and he books it, man, trying to get there. Like, I don't know what your point is. He's got to try to get away.
Weird right away.
Doesn't look weird. It looks like a kid who had a plan and pulled it off fairly well.